We are honored to be joined by Ole Miss quarterback Austin Simmons, who just performed his last act as an undergraduate. He finished his last final, and then for whatever reason is celebrating with us. Austin, what was the test?
It was actually an SRA 371 class. I believe it was on leadership, and I felt confident about it.
Good. Well, I'm glad. So you're walking on Saturday. So this is amazing to me. You're graduating this Saturday. You are 19 years old. Originally, you were a class of 25 guy, and you reclassified to 23. So you could be, just getting done with your first spring practice at Ole Miss. Instead, you are walking in graduation ceremonies, and you'll be a grad student this fall.
Yes, sir.
How did you do this?
It was just a long process in high school, I'd say. It was really a big help when I was doing dual enrollment for my 2 years in high school. Got my AA degree and I transferred those credits to Ole Miss. So that really gave me like a big advantage, I'd say. But my dad really helped me out in the process.
I remember my last exam as a college student where it was like you walked out and it was over with. And I know that Austin probably has more academics in his future because you're still playing college football. But like that relief of like, it's over. I did it. Like, tell me, in terms of the pressure situations that you've been in, has there ever been anything in college that has stacked up to what happened in that Georgia game last year?
I don't really think too much of the Georgia game, honestly. Like, I would say I was more worried about this down test in that game. Not gonna lie to you.
Really?
Yeah,
that's a good thing. Yeah.
Well, okay, so we were at that game, and I was down kind of in the back of the end zone that you guys were moving toward on that drive. And I just remember watching you and being shocked at how calm you were. And now you saying this makes perfect sense that this was just another situation for you. But, can you take us back to that moment when, Jackson's out, you don't know how long he's going to be out. You guys are just giving up a touchdown, like right down the field, and you've got to go in. What are your first thoughts as you get on the field?
Really just executing the game plan, just taking whatever I performed throughout the entire week and just executing on the field. Caden Lee walked up to me on the sideline saying, just play my ball. Don't really worry about anything. I have nothing to worry about. They got my back. Then Kiffin walked up to me, said, we're just going to go with the game plan. Then we just went on down the field and scored.
Austin.
One of the things that amazed me about that game. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
We were there at the game, Austin. We were covering it. We were in the press box. When Jaxson got hurt, the collective breath was taken out of that stadium. I don't know if you felt that, Andy, but it felt like everybody was like, Oh my God, we've been waiting for this game. We've been waiting for this opponent. We've been waiting to prove that Ole Miss is a legit national championship contender. And it felt like people were resigned to the fact that they're going to be screwed. Obviously, what you came in and did was amazing. You went right down the field and scored a touchdown. But as a player, do you feel that? Do you feel how the emotion of the crowd plays into the game? Or are you so locked in down there that you're just worried about handling your business? And did you feel like, hey, I'm going to show these people it's going to be okay?
I mean, hey, our morale on the sideline wasn't really nothing really changed, after that whole chain of events happened. I think everyone really believed in me in that moment, and no one's really worried when I stepped in the game. And at the same time, I wasn't really worried about the outside noise. So I was really just focused on just leading the team down the field and just get back on track.
So I remember watching you before that game, and that was the most interesting thing to me because at that point, didn't know you were going to get in the game at all. And I was talking to some Ole Miss folks about you before the game started because I was interested in how you were acting with your teammates because you were acting like you already were the starter, that, getting everybody pumped up. You're going around to everybody. You kind of touched every single person on the way in the warm-ups. And how hard is that to do as the backup when you don't really have the authority to be a leader, but at some point that day's coming for you and you want to be ready?
I mean, yeah, it's something to think about. You're doing a lot, throughout the entire season, and you're not guaranteed to play in a game. But at the same time, you're just as important as a starter. You have to perform just as well. You have to know everything that's going on in the entire game plan. So I didn't really think too much of it because I knew my role, and I figured out that I just had to play my role and my time will come.
Austin, do you think that you I mean, like, you're calm, cool, and collected on the show. You were calm, cool, collected in the stadium that day. Do you think, as you go into an off season and people are counting on you, the team is being shifted to you and your leadership? Do you think that coming in and showing what you're capable of in that Georgia game has helped, drum up some offseason hype for Ole Miss? And then also conversely, has it helped you approach this offseason differently? Like, now that you have that experience, like, what you're able to do in the highest leverage of moments, like, how has that impacted your mentality going into the offseason?
I don't think it really changed much. Really, like, I know exactly how good I was, before that Georgia game even happened. It was just a matter of time, like, whether or not I was going to showcase or not. But hey, that game happened and that event happened. So here I am. I got the little hype going. Now I just got to go out there next season and perform well.
And I heard you in another interview talking about you feel like you've been at Ole Miss forever. And in this era, like, going into year 3 is kind of being at a school forever. I was thinking about this, like, most of the receivers you're going to be throwing to are either young freshmen or guys who are coming in from other schools. How much have you been like the welcome to Ole Miss? All right, here's how things work around here guy.
It's been it's kind of weird, when you have like 22-year-old kids coming in, they expect like a 20-year-old quarterback, a 21-year-old quarterback going into year 3. So, like, it's kind of weird to, like, really think about. But at the same time, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel good that, hey, I'm this young guy and I'm really out here just going to lead this team full of a lot of chancers, I'd say. And some guys that I was in the same class with. So it's pretty good.
How did that decision work? I'm curious. Like, you mentioned your dad helped and you were dual enrolled, so you had your AA when you're done with high school. How did the decision work to reclassify from 2025 to 2023?
It was really possible after I finished all my high school credits. I just, like, had to think about the pros and cons of it. Like, am I, like, really that good enough to do it, or if I'm really ready to, like, make that big jump in life and just be on my own? So I just really broke it down with my family and just came to the conclusion, like, yeah, I think I'm ready for it, and I thought Ole Miss was the best fit for it.
I'm just trying to wrap my mind around that. You said 25 to 23?
Yeah. Oh, no. Like, all right, I'm going to go to my kids tonight and show them this interview. So, Austin, I have a 14-year-old and a 15-year-old. And I'm like, guys, I know you think the real world is a long way away, but I want you to have a bachelor's degree by 19. Look at this guy. He did it. You can do it too. Mostly because I'm not sure they're going to be on scholarship, and it'll help mom and dad's wallet if they can just be done with college by 19. Whatever. I'm going to call your dad and be like, how did he do it? Get the whole list going, and we're going to make this happen.
Every single time anybody who enrolls early, the people who are analyzing the game always say, this kid should be at his senior prom right now. And you know how they always say that?
He literally should be now.
Did anybody ever say this kid should be at his junior prom right now? Like, at any point, like, during your, like, that's, so you missed out on junior and senior year of high school?
Yep. And I don't regret it at all.
No, I don't. I wouldn't either if I were you. I would want to get to Ole Miss as soon as possible as well. But I'm just trying to wrap my mind around, like, because, like, when you're a sophomore, you're a child, and when you're a junior, you're a little bit of a bigger child, and then senior, you're a mega child, and then when you get, so you're still a child.
Yeah.
That's a child with a bachelor's degree.
That's a child with a bachelor's degree who's the starting quarterback at Ole Miss and is rocking shit in the Georgia game. It's incredible.
Exactly. So, now that you are that guy, you mentioned, you had to manage it when you were the backup, but now that you have that responsibility, that you're the guy everybody's looking up to, does it feel different, or did the first 2 years help you get to this point where it went smooth?
I would say, like, I had the typical mindset of a quarterback, before I even enrolled. So I just talked about it with my quarterback coach and, like, what really to expect out of it and what to, like, really do and what I really want to accomplish out of it. And I'd say, yeah, like, these 2 years definitely helped, seeing how Dart, like, really acted around the team, how he involved everyone, and just taking everything from what I've seen and, like, learned from on and off the field from him, and just adding some things to my toolbox and really just going to take it on to next year.
Hey, Austin, Andy and I went to the NFL draft this year and, did a show there. And we always marvel as normal people that, like, what would that feeling be like to actually be at the draft, get selected, get all that money, start a pro career? Like, that feeling of being there must be unbelievable. And I'm wondering, from your standpoint, what was it like watching Jaxson Dart get drafted where he did? And did it like land to you that you could be a few short years away from that, and seeing somebody close to you, somebody you shared a room with, a quarterback room with, like, do that? Like, what was it like for you to live through that experience?
Oh yeah, definitely seeing him happy, seeing him accomplish like his lifelong dream of just getting his name called on TV. I was really happy for him. I was at Velvet Ditch like when I saw it. I was actually hosting a recruit over there at the same night. So it was good just like telling that recruit saying, hey, that could be you up there in the future. And basically I thought the same thing in my head. Really seeing one of my great friends up there getting called up in the draft and really just taking his talents to New York, like that's a great feeling.
Hey, Andy, can I ask?
That is how you sell the program, baby. That's how you sell the program. That could be you up there.
But I want to ask though. Like, I've always because that people host, like, players host like visitors when they come. I would be so like scared because like I get nervous when people come to my house to show them a good time. Like, the responsibility to make sure that these recruits have a good time. Like, what's it like to host a visitor? And do you put pressure on yourself to show how awesome the place is? And like, what do you do with them? Like, what's your plan?
Just being yourself, don't ever try like to be this like false image of yourself just so you can like tell a recruit to come to the school. Like, just being myself, really letting them know like this is who I am and like how they can be a great fit at the school. Like, I break everything down on like why I chose a school, and they like it. But I want them to love it though at the same time.
That's a great plan. I went on one official visit in my career. It was to Princeton actually, and I was 17, and my host was this guy named Tom. He's a defensive end, and he shakes my hand and he goes, "Nice to meet you. We have a bartending class tonight." I was like, "All right, I'm going to like college. This is going to be great." So,
you got wild.
Yeah, I drank my first beer there. Yeah, they get down. So
I didn't realize that. I thought they were going to take you to a tutoring system or something.
There's no place called the Velvet Ditch, though. So that's. But I see Oxford has the library, so you can always say, "Oh, we're going to the library," and the adults don't know what that means. But
like everyone thinks they're talking about a real library. Like,
oh, it's a real library. I mean, you can study quite a bit in that library. I've studied in that library before.
Austin, have you been to Ajax Diner?
I want to go. I've heard about it, but I just never went before.
Andy took me there when my only time, or one of my few times in Oxford, and it is the best country fried steak sandwich I've ever had in my entire life. There's mashed potatoes on it, bro. Like, go like now. What are you doing?
He's got to stay healthy.
Wait, he doesn't have any class. Like, he's already like, what are you doing right now?
No,
like,
he's got to get a master's degree now.
I gotta lock in.
So I heard you say that you want to do the master's in sports management. How much of your studies have been to kind of help manage the life you have now?
Really, like, it's nothing really different. The schedule is really built like within itself. It's just a matter of like how well you're good at time management, like, and how much of a procrastinator you really are. Like, just really like putting aside like all the important things just for like things that don't really mean anything. Like, so I'd rather just do my homework first rather than just go out to the field and just sit there the entire day, So I'm just gonna complete the work I have and then just move on with the rest of the time I have.
Oh, I meant in general, like dealing with the NIL stuff, and because you're going to be qualified from an education standpoint to be your own agent this pretty soon.
Ooh, that's exactly what I want to do. I want to be like in that NIL field, just like, because I'm in it right now. So like, why not just be a part of it? Why not like just advise some kids like how to approach it, like what to really like get out of it, what they want, like what they really want out of it, So yeah, that's what I really want to get into.
Lastly, from me, Ole Miss was a team that was heavily invested in NIL last year. You guys brought in a lot of transfers. The thought process was that would be the thing that paves the way to, competing for a national championship in the playoff. You guys fell short of that. How much does that drive you now that you're the face of the program? And how much, how badly do you want to be the guy that's calling, the snap when you guys do that?
Oh, it's the only thing I really want. Definitely like that's the top goal, winning a national championship and really just leading this team and like paving like this road to glory. You know what I mean? So really like just having like all that great juice, like storming the field at the end of the year in January, like that's the one thing I really want. And that's the one thing I think we can achieve as a team.
So you mentioned Juice, very famous entity in Oxford, Juice Kiffin. I saw a picture that Joe Judge, one of your coaches, tweeted out the other day of you and your dog in the meeting room. Is this the most dog friendly college football facility in America? Because Juice Kiffin, obviously, Lane Kiffin's dog, has the run of the place. Who's yours? What's your pooch's name?
So this is my dog Nova. She's not here at the current moment, so she's about 10 months old, and she's just an amazing dog. She's a boxer in a lab.
Oh, that is adorable. I didn't realize she was that. So she's all puppy. Like you, I'm imagining going to get a little bit bigger and a little bit wild now, right?
She is a crazy dog. I'll tell you that right now. Crazy dog. But she hasn't really grown much.
Do you have to be QB1 to bring your dog in, or can other guys bring their dogs too?
I was bringing my dog in, at the end of the season, so it wasn't really that big of a deal. I mean, we have Bubba, we have Juice, and now we have Nova. So why not make the addition?
Last one for me. I've heard that you have taken some hot yoga with Lane Kiffin. Have you done his Pilates class yet?
No, I have not. I've actually heard like it's really good for you, but I don't know if that's my speed or not, though. Like that's the thing. Like
Andy, we have to go do it. Like I feel like we have to go take that class.
What's the big thing about it? I don't really understand it though.
It's you use machines and stuff. I'm just not sure I'm flexible enough. Like I've taken yoga. Like I heard you talking about the hot yoga, and I agree with you. It's way harder than people think. Like you're sweating like crazy. They're making you do push-ups that are not really push-ups, but they last forever. Like it's tough.
It's mentally tough and physically tough. I would say that.
You got to strap your ankle into a machine and then move your entire body by moving your leg up and down. It's intense. Mm-hmm. I don't think I'm flexible enough to do it either, but I think we should. You take your tarp off too and you sweat in there, right? Like that's the whole point.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he can do it. You're not taking your tarp off.
I'm taking the tarp off. I actually here, you know what this is? This is like a chest and back hair trimmer that I have to hit before the summertime. I bought this on Amazon. I just want you to know.
Is that Manscaped?
Yeah, it's not Manscaped. It's something else.
You need the NIL deal with Manscaped.
Ooh.
I got like 4 different we were given.
I love it.
The old podcast we had Manscaped, and like I ended up giving out Manscaped sets to neighbors because they kept sending me free ones, and it's a little awkward when you show up to a neighbor's house with the ball trimmer, but they do appreciate it.
Yeah, we had a lot of those. I had like 19 ball trimmers. Ball mowers, what it was called, right? But they sent like 30 of them to your house. I don't know how many.
Listen, Austin's at a little higher NIL level than we are, Ari. He's got some bigger brands talking to him.
I'd rather have Gillette though. Like Gillette Labs is like.
Wait, you're like a wet shave guy with the razor?
Yeah.
Of course you're an electric razor guy, are you? Of course.
It's a trimmer. It's like
traditional.
No, you got to put that shave cream on it.
Well, the thing that's crazy is like when I'm like clean shaven, I look like the person from It's Pat movie. So like I need to like have some sort of like stubble on my face, and if I wet shave,
Austin doesn't know what that is. But before we let you go, Austin, I do want to ask about baseball because you're a lefty who throws 96. Like that's still a possibility for you down the road, but I know you're not playing baseball this year. How tough was that decision to decide not to play?
Oh, it was an emotional decision, I'd say. Being a part of that sport ever since I was 6, that's something you don't really toss to the side pretty easily. I definitely say a lot really went into it. It was just a thought of like where I was really going at the University of Ole Miss at Ole Miss, sorry. And really like just where I wanted to like achieve my goals at. Like I felt as though that I had a better opportunity in football. So I just did what's best for me and my family.
Do you one last one, and then I promise we'll let you go.
No, it's
I
fine.
think-
I'm loving this.
I think
he's got no more class, no more tests. He's
you can
good.
join. You can join our next show. Then how about you just join every day? We'd love to have you. But
Ooh.
I feel like every single time you guys wear the Navy helmets, you wasted an opportunity to wear the light blue helmets, because like those are like those. I mean, they're pretty uniforms. I'm not saying they're ugly, but the light blue, River, do you have one? I saw one earlier. Is the greatest uniform combination I think in the entire sport. Like, do you care about what uniform? Like those ones, with the helmet's blue in the up. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. There's a blue helmet. Right?
Yes, the light blue helmet, red jersey. Yeah.
I would definitely say one of my favorite uniform combos is definitely 2023 Auburn away game. You know, we wore Navy, the white and red jersey and white pants. Like, I love that. I love that combo. And also, I think you can't go wrong with the Kentucky uniform last year. You know, powder white. Like, that's just something cool. But I think Navy is better than powder, in my opinion.
Now that you're not the old guy. You're 19, but now that you got a degree on the wall, do you get input in the uniform?
Maybe, I don't know. I think that's just a leadership thing. Like, I have to figure that out. Like, I wasn't really too in tune with that. Like, I just found out the same day as everyone else, like on Ole Miss social media. That's it.
Somebody's gonna tap you on the shoulder and be like, "Awesome, what are we wearing this week?" So get ready for lots of decisions to be made by you as you grow up.
I'm keeping a big secret between me and Caitlin.
What's it like to go to a school that cannot have a anti-Twitter policy? Because there's no way that Lane Kiffin could enforce that, right?
No. One thing about Kiffin, that man's a big troll. I'll tell you that right now. And I think some of that passed down to me. You know, some people like really pointed out some of the trolling I was doing. But I don't know. Like, I didn't even know there's an anti-Twitter policy at all. Like I'm just finding this out right now.
Oh, other schools used to try to do it. Yours is the one, like, you could never get away with it because your coach is too active. Like,
yeah, West Virginia.
Dabo Sweeney, I don't think he's ever tweeted in his life, so he can do it, but Lane Kiffin can't do it.
Anti-dancing in TikTok videos at West Virginia rule.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I don't know. Do you dance in TikTok videos?
No, that's not my speed.
Yeah.
I can't do that. Like, that's one thing I can't do.
But we found out from Dylan Sampson at Tennessee last year that if you're not athletic, you can't dance. Like, it's like you either, like, we tried to do dance moves last year and it was an absolute disaster. I'm sure, like, with your athleticism, you'd be able to pick it up pretty good. Maybe.
We're going to see. I'm actually going to do a little TikTok dance with Winnie Watkins.
There you go.
Tag Rich Rod in it when you do it.
Ooh, maybe.
You want to troll?
If you want to troll Lane Kiffin level, that'll elevate you.
Let's get LK in there.
Because here's the thing, Austin. If I were in your position, and like, I know that you want to be a good sport and you want to be a steward of the game and a wonderful leader. If I was as good at football as you, and I was the starting quarterback at Ole Miss, I would be throwing hands on Twitter all the time. I would be talking my trash. I'd be jabbing people, and maybe if you lose a game.
This is why you'd be a shitty quarterback, Ari.
No, I think it would be cool. Like, you work so hard in your life to get to a point that you're in right now. Like, enjoy that stuff, man. Like, Lane Kiffin does it, and like, there are times where people dunk on him and he dunks, but that's part of the game, baby.
I would definitely say y'all haven't seen anything yet. I troll a lot.
Okay.
You could ask anyone in the locker room. Like, I'm probably one of the biggest trollers in there.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, I joke around. Like, I get people in their feelings a little bit and they bounce back. Like, that's just what comes with it. Like, I'm from South Florida. Like, we talk a lot of smack down there.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, the thing too is that there's going to be like aggregated posts on On3 of like, can you guys believe what Austin Simmons tweeted? Like, do like funny, like, sub tweets and all that stuff. You do it. Don't let me down. Do it.
Maybe
the Gillette deal's coming along with a bunch of other ones if you're doing that. So.
Yes.
Looking good. Austin, thank you so much. Congratulations and enjoy graduation day.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Appreciate you all for having me.
Yeah, super impressive what you're doing, man.